This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Did you know that parents rank financial literacy as the #1 most difficult life skill to teach? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app for families. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on what your kids are spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn to earn, save, and spend wisely. And parents can rest easy knowing their kids are learning about money with guardrails in place. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/iHeart.
Want to feel more creative but don't have the right laptop? Lenovo.com can help. Look through our legendary lineup of AI-powered PCs and devices and find the one that fits your passion. Our PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, as well as cutting-edge AI tools, allow students to focus, learn, and create with ease. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Plus, college students and teachers can get 5% off their order. Shop now on Lenovo.com. The future's waiting, and it needs you.
And here we have a specimen from the early 2000s, a legacy investing platform. Please don't touch the exhibit, folks. It could crash.
Ready to step out of the financial history museum? At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at public.com/disclosures.
Fan.
Farm 840 is coming to Minneapolis. Join Willie Nelson, Neil Young, Dave Matthews, and more. Saturday, September 20th at Huntington Bank Stadium. Celebrate 40 years of music, food, and family farming. Enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets now on our contest page. That's KFAN.com. Keyword contest to enter today.
Couple 13, 14 past. I'm Common. He's 10 to be. Hour number 1 in the books. Time for 5, 3, 4.
Time now for 5 questions. Well, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4. Question number 1.
We're gonna win, Twins, we're gonna score.
It's now time to delve deep into Twins territory.
Crack out a home run, shout a hip hooray! Cheer for the Minnesota Twins today.
It was not a fiesta for Festa last night. David Festa gave up 8 runs in fewer than 4 innings as the Twins were spanked by the A's 14-3 last night in West Sacramento. Jorge Alcala gave up a grand slam, and the Twins had a position player pitch the final 2 innings. Twins gave up a season-high number of runs, a season-high number of hits, and a season-high number of home runs as the A's snapped their 9-game losing streak. Common, what sticks out to you from last night's loss?
Turn on my mic, that'll help. I would say that yesterday's Twins game was the equivalent of an NBA skip game. It's like, well, why even bother? Let's just skip this one because they certainly didn't play very well. You know, they've been playing some really good baseball as of late, and I think basically what happened was it got out of hand early, and at that point you just kind of say, you know what? You can't win them all. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. David Festa's got the blues.
It's like what the Thunder did in Game 3 against the Wolves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and get back at it next game. So, Oakland was, they weren't going to lose every game for the rest of the year, so they needed a win. So, no big deal. It's disappointing, but nonetheless, no big deal.
Question number 2.
See, I wasn't that negative.
It's
there.
time now for multiple choice.
All right, Common, now that Aaron Rodgers has signed a 1-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers, what are your expectations for the Steelers this season? A, big game contender. B, playoff team. C, meh. Or D, in contention for next year's number 1 overall pick.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do they have good skill? I know I like Tomlin as a coach. He's never had a losing record as far as I know. He's won a big game. Do they have skill position players extraordinaire, or are they just okay?
They've made some changes there. So they acquired DK Metcalf from the Seattle Seahawks via trade. He's like an alpha wide receiver. He's a big dude, big physical, strong dude.
Is he still in the prime of his career? Seems like he's been.
Yeah, no, he's still got some years left. Yeah.
Right.
They traded kind of a similar, not as muscular, but a similar big wide receiver who's good in contested catches. They traded George Pickens to Dallas within the last couple of weeks. So from a receiving standpoint, after Metcalf, there's not a whole lot there. And then their running game, they let Najee Harris go. They did draft Rosen's favorite running back, Caleb Johnson from Iowa, who he likes him because he saw the one game he played against the Gophers, and he looked pretty darn good against the Gophers. I like Caleb Johnson. I think he's going to be a quality impact rookie right away, but nothing special. With Pittsburgh, they've got a good defense.
Right.
So,
well, here's my other question.
You shouldn't have to put up 31 every game to win.
Here's my other question I wanted to ask you, because I'm not paying as close attention to Aaron Rodgers' career as I once did. It was 2 years ago he missed the entire year, right, after the preseason injury?
Yeah, her first drive, yeah.
And then last year
it was like first drive of the first game, I think, yeah.
And then last year was a full season, but he was struggled early, right, but played a little bit better at the end, if I remember.
It was okay
correctly.
at the end.
Yeah.
The games were meaningless.
Right.
Yeah. We saw him against the Vikings were they in London last year? I forget what European city they were in. And he didn't look very good against the Vikings in that game.
I don't know what he has left, if anything. My guess it would be, do you have four choices? One was meh?
Meh.
I would say meh, probably. The only wild card would be, he's obviously got a lot of pride, right? I mean, I think that's one of the biggest reasons he came back. He doesn't want to end his career like he did with a mediocre year last season, missed the entire year before that. This last year with Green Bay wasn't very good. So that's why I think he's hanging around, because he wants to. And so if he puts, I don't know if he can stay physically okay, and I don't know how much of his arm is left. I mean, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's won MVPs, but I don't think he's got a whole heck of a lot left. And here's the thing. If he struggles early, does he just basically psychologically throw the towel into and just say, I guess it's going nowhere? Does he,
They start off 2-5?
Right, exactly. So my guess is going to be meh. But because the defense is good, and you're right, that's a good point. I mean, if you don't have to put up 31 points every week, well, then maybe you play well enough to win some close ball games, and you've got a nice record, and you get rejuvenated, and you're ready to play. But I would say he's going to be just okay.
I am curious with both Rodgers and I guess maybe we won't even get a look at Kirk Cousins, but both of those two had Achilles injuries the year before and were older in age, and then both of them struggled last year, first year back from the Achilles injury. I am curious to see if another year away from that injury, if they regain anything physically, or maybe at Rodgers' age it's just too hard at this point to regain anything physically. But we said this last year. Rodgers, when he was in Green Bay, one of the best things he was good at was extending the play, getting outside the pocket, and then he hit Jordy Nelson, 60 yards down the field, because Jordy had 6-7 seconds to get open, right?
Right.
And I felt like that element of Rodgers' game last year was completely gone. He had just no downfield presence. How much of that was Achilles injury, and can he bounce back, or how much is he's just at an old age and he's just father time is defeating him?
You know what else he was able to do really well when he was in Green Bay? If they lost, point fingers. He was really good at pointing fingers.
Oh, he did that well in New York, too.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right.
Question number 3. And now it's time to go between the pipes.
8 days after falling in their third straight Western Conference Finals, the Dallas Stars announced today that they fired head coach Peter DeBoer. DeBoer, who had a year remaining on his contract, had his future with the franchise come under question after the Stars lost to the Edmonton Oilers in 5 games. Common, do you agree with Dallas's decision to fire Peter DeBoer?
I'll defer to you for a couple of reasons. I don't pay that close attention to hockey, and I'm right in the middle of a toasted turkey and cheese sandwich.
Well, in terms of wins and losses, especially in the playoffs, he's as successful as most coaches out there. He led the Dallas to 3 straight Western Conference Finals. I mean, they were getting deep into the playoffs. Obviously, they weren't getting over the hump to get to the Stanley Cup. But what hurt DeBoer, and maybe there's probably more behind the scenes than we even know, and we're not in Dallas, and some of that stuff doesn't get left. But after they lost to the Edmonton Oilers in Game 5, that was the game he pulled his goalie, one of us from Lakeville, Jake Ottinger, early in that game after he gave up 2 goals. And then after the game, like, his explanation for it was, part of it was to spark the team, but part of it was he's been awful against the Edmonton Oilers in the playoffs the last 2 years. I'm like, you can't say that, man. I appreciate you being honest, but you can't just completely throw your goaltender, who's one of their best, you could argue he's their best player. Yeah. You don't if you're as a coach, you don't throw your goalie under the bus like that and point the fingers. And it sounds like he lost. I'm sure there's more in the locker room before that, but it sounds like he lost the locker room with those comments. And it was kind of a dumb thing to say. And now he's out. All right. But you know what? The way the NHL works, he'll be a recycled coach going somewhere else in the next year or 2.
Who was the who was the defensive-minded coach we had for all those years?
Jacques Lemaire.
Who was after Lemaire?
That was Todd Richards, I believe.
And then who?
Then I think it was Mike Yeo.
Is Yeo still coaching? I mean, is he still doing a head coach?
I don't think he's a head coach.
Okay.
He's had another head coach run. He's been mostly like an assistant elsewhere.
So, old coaches, they never die. They just move on.
But DeBoer is, a little bit more highly accomplished than...
Correct.
Jacques Lemaire could have gotten a job anywhere he wanted.
Yes. I just remember Yeo getting a head job. Was it at St. Louis afterwards? And then I kind of lost track of him.
And that's it for today's edition of 5 Questions. Well, actually 3 questions, but 5 sounds like more than 4.
Well done. Hastily arranged. You did that on a moment's notice. Thank you very much for that. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Got a couple other thoughts about yesterday's NBA Game 1 of the finals, in which the Pacers didn't lead till the final shot of the ball, their final shot of the ball game, and beat the heavily favored Thunder by 1. We'll do that next. Common Man Program on the Fan.
Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/iHeart. Greenlight.com/iHeart.
You know what's great about your investment account with the big guys? It's actually a time machine. Log in and zoom. Welcome back to 1999. It's time for an upgrade. At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind at Public.com. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.
Looking for excitement? Chumba Casino is here. Play anytime, play anywhere. Play on the train, play at the store, play at home, play when you're bored. Play today for your chance to win and get daily bonuses when you log in. So what are you waiting for? Don't delay. Chumba Casino is free to play.
Experience social gameplay like never before. Go to Chumba Casino right now to play hundreds of games, including online slots, bingo, Slingo, and more. Live the Chumba life at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you shopping for a new laptop while still trying to keep up with technology and AI? Talk about feeling burnt out. But no more. Lenovo.com makes it easier than ever to find the perfect PC. In fact, we'll break it down for you. Step 1. Shop our lineup of AI PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Because why deal with downloading new software when you can buy a smarter PC that already comes with all of the AI features and tools? Step 2. Find the one that fits your passion. Whether you're a creative genius, a research scientist, a hardcore gamer, or a future CEO, no dream is too big. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. You can keep up with your ideas as well as any challenges you may face. Step 3. Add to cart and purchase. Oh, if you're a college student or a teacher, make an education account through us and get 5% off your whole order. Shop now at Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
Get ready to rock.
Rock and roll. Yeah.
Incubus is bringing their Morning View Plus the Hits tour to Treasure Island Amphitheater on Saturday, July 5th. Experience the magic of their double platinum album and smash hits like Drive and Wish You Were Here live. Don't miss this epic night. Get all the details at TICasino.com.
Those must be covers because Drive was done by the Cars and Wish You Were Here was Pink Floyd.
Maybe they're a cover band.
Get incubated with Incubus. That's what I'm going to call my first album, Incubate with Incubus. Is it Incubus?
Incubus.
I've heard of them before.
Yeah, they're kind of my generation.
You may have heard the Wayne's Transport ad during that last commercial break. I love doing the sound effects with the trucks rumbling in the background. Wayne's, I want to welcome them to the Common Man program as part of our advertising family. They've been in business 75 years, Tennessee. They started in Malacca. I played golf with Jess, who was the general manager of Wayne Transport's third generation, and started with one truck up in Malacca. Now they have 700 trucks, I believe it is, over 1,000 drivers. They're looking for other drivers, too. You just heard the ad. They're looking, if you're looking for a place to call home, if you're looking for a new opportunity, your first trucking job, I'd go ahead and I'd reach out to them, WayneTransports.com.
Have you got the website and the phone number just in case somebody might ask me? I always like to be prepared.
That's WayneTransports.com.
Where's the name of the place again?
That would be WayneTransports.com.
Incredible.
They're now down in Rosemont. They're also looking for truckers in Green Bay, Milwaukee, Duluth, Fargo. They are... They drive Kenworth. No. It's Kenworth and Peterbilt. I think they're Kenworth. Kenworth and Peterbilt are built. I found out they're basically the same company. It's sort of like General Motors will have Buick, and they used to have Pontiac, right? So great company, really competitive wages, benefits that are, in most cases, better than the competition. Reach out today. We welcome them to the Common Man program and the Fan. Tennessee, we were talking about last night's game, the come-from-behind victory by the Pacers. They never led the entire game until the final shot by Halliburton, and that went through the net with 0.3 seconds, enough for a quick catch and shoot by the Thunder, but there was no miracle for the Thunder in that game. And the Halliburton character hits the game winner. And it's not the first time he's done that. So far in the playoffs, April 29th, Indiana traded Milwaukee 118-111. So by 7 points with 34.6 seconds left in OT, Halliburton scored with 1.4 remaining. Pacers won 119-118. May 6th, Indiana trailed Cleveland 119-112 with 48 seconds left, so down 7 with 48 seconds left. They won 120-119. Halliburton got the game winner with 1.1 seconds left to play. May 21st, Indiana trailed the Knickerbockers 121-112 with 51.1 left. So they were down 9 with under a minute. Halliburton sent it to overtime on a jumper with no time on the clock. Indiana went on to win 138-135. And now you tack this one on. That's 4 late shots that were either a game winner or sent him to overtime. The kid sees, I'm going to start calling him Mr. Big Shot. How about Big Spot Scott, even though his name isn't Scott? Let's just call him Big Spot Scott because he hit him in a big spot.
Well, and the one against the Knicks, that's the one he did the choke signal after, a la Reggie Miller. But even that one, when you're watching live, his defender falls down. It looks like he could just do an easy 2-point shot from the free throw line. He decides to run back to the 3-point line and throw up what appeared to be a prayer. Goes in. Now it ends up his toe was on the line, so they only got the 2 and then he forced overtime instead. But that one, I'm just like, what are you doing? And then he even last night. I mean, that wasn't like a super high quality look he got there.
No,
he was on the move. He shot it from just inside the 3-point line. It was relatively well defended, and he just got ice in his veins.
Yeah, well, and that's you do. I mean, again, if he misses, he misses. But that is what you do want in a player, is a guy that's willing to take that shot and live with the consequences. He's either hero. I wouldn't say it'd have been a GOAT if he missed, but you're either hero or GOAT, right? You either make the shot or you don't. And there's some guys don't want to do that. They want to pass that ball. That was a criticism of Garnett for the longest time, that he didn't want to take the big shots in the big moments.
Come fourth quarter, we didn't bring it to the ticket.
That's right. But then he did change, and he started to want to be that guy. The other thing I really liked, Tenneby, and this has been one of the things I
already know where you're going.
I've harped upon many, many times. When they got the rebound, they didn't call a timeout.
Yep.
Carlisle let them play, and because he trusts his team, and also,
don't let them set up their defense.
That's the other thing. You don't want the matchups. I think many coaches call a timeout to try to earn their pay and to try to show people, watch me. I'm going to drop a play. We're going to get the game winner. And it's going to be, you can say he made the shot, but I put him in the position to hit that shot. And sometimes that does work. We've seen timeouts where there was one, I think it was in the Wolves series. It was either the Wolves or one of the opposition teams where they set up, could have even been the Knicks. It was a game where they set up the perfect inbounds pass, where they were able to inbound the ball. They got people to move to a certain spot on the court, and the guy got an easy layup from right underneath. So there are plays coaches call that are very successful. This is not to deny that, but the just let them play and let them either win the game. They've done it their whole lives. Every one of those kids has been playing. Howard Pulley, Sizzle, D1 Minnesota, Fury. Who am I leaving out? A lot of great AAU basketball teams here in town. And they've been doing it in college and pros and the whole thing. So it's let them play. Let them keep going with the flow of the game. And right now, Halliburton is the guy you go to. He's your go-to guy. He was brilliant last night. And I was probably, I was so convinced. Matter of fact, yesterday I was trying to couch it a little bit by saying, well, I guess I'll say 4-2 because I don't want to be that guy that does a 4-game sweep or the gentleman sweep of 4-1. But that's what I kind of thought was going to happen. I guess I'd be, if you want to call it idolizing and pedestalizing, you can if you want. I don't really do that. From just what I've seen, this Thunder team play, they're just really, really good. They are. Defensively, they're second to none. It's as good a defensive team as I've ever seen play basketball. They run 10 deep. They got 3 or 4 great players on the club, including our guy, Chet Holmgren, Hungry Holmgren. And after I watched them in the Wolves series, I thought, well, this team they're just the best team in basketball by far. Maybe with how bad as the Wolves were against OKC, I overrated OKC a little bit. I don't know. But OKC looked great again last night. But they didn't trail until the final shot by the Pacers last night. They had a 15-point lead with however many minutes it was to go. You read it earlier from from one of the game wrap-ups stories that you were hunted down. I mean, it was. I'm watching it unfold, and it's the same thing when the Knicks lost to them. Trying to hold on to that lead late, right? As the lead gets whittled down. And you're thinking, well, they're not going to lose this game. The Thunder weren't going to lose that game, I didn't think. Much like when the Knicks lost to the Thunder, well, they're not going to lose that game. Or not the Thunder, when the Knicks lost to, it was the Pacers. They're not going to lose this game, but sure enough, they did. So, we talked about it with Rosen yesterday. I really don't have a dog in the fight. I mean, I'm not a big one of us guy, but I like Chet. And I watched Chet play high school ball, and my boy got a shot rejected at a private court one time by Chet. So Chet's near and dear to my heart. So I wouldn't mind seeing Oklahoma City win. But what I do want is if I'm going to invest any time in a series, there's nothing worse than watching Game 4 when one team's up 3-0. Because the other team is going to do a Wolves thing, I'm sure, and just say, well, let's just pack it in. We're not going to win 4 in a row. It ain't going to happen. They've already proven they are the superior team, so let's just go quietly into the night. So the Thunder is at desperation, about as close as you can get to it. You lose at home in the first game. That's when you had it. It was yours. I mean, you're up 15 with how many minutes to go? 4, 5, 6, whatever it was. So, Game 2, Sunday night, should be interesting.
Speaking of handling pressure, we got a pressure cooker coming up next.
It's the Program Password final semifinal of the Program Password Invitation over 2025. It's Max and Meat Sauce against Cove and JG. That's next here on the Common Man program on the Fan.
You know what's great about your investment account with the big guys? It's actually a time machine. Log in and zoom. Welcome back to 1999. It's time for an upgrade. At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind at Public.com. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.
Unlock smarter learning with Lenovo AI-powered PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Head to Lenovo.com and choose from multiple devices to fit your passions. If you're a gamer, you can spend less time stressing about GPUs and CPUs and more time dominating with your AI-enabled smart engine, which optimizes your game performance in real time. Or maybe you're a scientist on the verge of a groundbreaking discovery and need a device with a longer battery life and AI-enhanced tools to give you extra time to finish your research. Or you're a musician preparing for your biggest break and need better, faster AI tools to make digital art a breeze, like creating band posters and t-shirt designs. Or you're a soon-to-be graduate needing to catch a recruiter's eye to land that dream job, so you need cutting-edge smart tools to build your portfolio from scratch. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Plus, college students and teachers get 5% off with an education account on Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
Hey, everybody. So when you get asked, what is Odoo, what comes to mind? Well, I'll tell you, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a suite of business management software that some people say is like fertilizer because of the way it promotes growth. But, some people also say that Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable.
Oh, but then again, you could look at Odoo in terms of how its individual software programs are a lot like building blocks. Whatever your business needs, manufacturing, accounting, HR programs, you can build a custom software suite that's perfect for your company. So what is Odoo? Well, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a fertilizer, magic beanstalk, building blocks for business. Yeah, that's it.
Which means that Odoo is exactly what every business needs. Learn more and sign up now at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Don't miss out as your Lynx are back in action this Sunday when they take on Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wings at 3 p.m. Catch this game right here on KFAN and hear every game this season on the Timberwolves Lynx channel on the free iHeartRadio app thanks to RBC Wealth Management.
13-14 pastime common it's going to be. It's time for the second semifinal of the 2025 Program Password Invitational. We welcome into our studio the maestro of the mornings, Corey Cove, along with the tasteless box of mashed potatoes, JG. They are teammates, along with the Holla Hotline host, Max and Meat Sauce, Lucky. And I'm going to say that. I'm going to say this right away. You know how people want to, for instance, if there's one team that's a heavy favorite, you want to predict that the underdog is going to win. I yesterday said that Meat Sauce and Max were going to win today's program.
Talk about it.
That's what I said.
Controversial.
I decided to go that direction. It's because I want to be that guy when You doubted him. You doubted. Everybody doubted Max and meat sauce, and I took them. I'll conveniently forget I made that prediction if you guys route them, which is what's expected by the experts. Vegas has you. What does Power Trip Bets have them as a favorite, Genevieve?
I thought the line was 17.5. Wow. Minus 17.5 in favor
which is really one word. Right, that's a one-word flip.
Could be.
I guess that's all it is.
I heard, though, on Tee to Green, you picked us. You did the Rosen.
Yes, I did.
That's brilliant. Rosen does and then on your show, you ended up picking these guys.
So then either way,
you're good.
Yeah, I come out, I just forget
There's
about
audio,
that one.
Does Rosen do that?
Lucky. He's not even remotely funny, even with a teleprompter.
Genius.
You love that,
I do, yeah.
That's what I told Glencoe Garage guys.
Yes, you did.
That's a long story.
You guys got any comedy shows coming up that you want to plug?
No,
it's over.
It's over after Saturday at Birdie Golf.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say a smattering of applause and very little laughter.
It was less than a smattering.
Sauce was supposed to do 35. He left the stage at about 12.
He meat Sauce did.
I did 10.
And then all of a sudden and the Mondello guy didn't get a lot of, so suddenly a 90-minute show where I was supposed to do 30, I got to do 45 or 50.
My goodness.
And I've got 45 minutes, but only 6 of it's funny.
Right.
So
Six.
Yeah, six, what's a stretch?
Yeah, I was going to, you've doubled it since I last saw you.
Yeah,
that was 2011.
Well, that's progress.
You've got new material?
I've got some new material. Not really.
We've asked Sauce on the morning show multiple times, like, are you going to do new material?
That was brilliant.
And last week, he's like, yeah. Well, like, what do you got? What are some of your new bits?
Well, I got this serial killer bit.
Well, what's the bit?
Well, it's like how the documentaries on Netflix talk about how, like, they're smoking in the documentary.
And I go, what's the joke? And he goes,
that was pretty much it.
Because he doesn't have any punchlines. He thinks of these concepts, and then he just goes, yeah, that'll work. And then I'll wing it when I get up there.
Yeah.
And he gets you, and you're kind of waiting. Where's the punch? And then the punchline is usually, that really wasn't very funny. I don't even know why I said that.
And it works. So that's the beauty of Sauce, though, is the idea, though, the concept of why would you have to warn serial killer documentary viewers that smoking is dangerous? Funny concept.
Yeah.
Land the plane.
That's it. No, the plane just keeps flying. Yeah. Well, I'll be honest. It hasn't.
Like,
oh, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah.
Oh, stay hot.
Sounds like a meat sauce joke.
Because I watch a lot of comedy documentaries because I, like all you guys, we all like stand, and the labor that they put into it, it doesn't make any sense that you two are doing a comedy show.
And we have for like 10 years.
The just nonstop writing, Seinfeld calls the same guy every day at like 8:30 and just kicks ideas around for 2 hours. And that's Jerry Seinfeld.
Well, to be fair, we try and do that, but the 2 hours of just savage Rosen.
Yeah, that's what it turns out to be.
Yeah.
Well, his best new material is when he just changed it to, have you ever go to Target for a pair of athletic socks and come home with Home Alone 2 DVD Blu-ray, right?
Blu-ray.
And then he just changed it to Home Alone 3.
Yeah.
But that's different. That's different material.
You got to tweak it.
Yeah, that's what we tweak.
Yeah, so it's a shame there's no more shows, at least for now.
Well,
could be another tour.
No, what we are going to do is we think we're going to abandon the Twin Cities because the crowds have abandoned us.
Yeah.
For 1 year, go outstate. We haven't been outstate in a long time. We can bamboozle them in Fargo, Duluth, Rochester,
all over,
Grand Forks, do all those shows. Then we'll come back to the Twin Cities after like a 2-year hiatus.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Hopefully with Home Alone 4.
Yeah. And, we do it for the art, right?
Yeah.
Since I'm trying to do everything I can to get Sauce off his game. That's my goal. Psychological warfare. You mentioned off the air that, KOC did that bit for us this morning with Kara and social media about the roles that all the people at the fan play on a football team, right? And he starts with hockey, and he starts talking about hockey's versatility, and he can bob and weave. So, like, he would be like a slot receiver. So he was talking about hockey's abilities. Yeah. Then he goes, Corey, I guess, would be the quarterback, because that's kind of his role in the morning. So, again, abilities. then he goes, meat sauce. God, I guess nose tackle. Or he goes straight to the size of Sauce, not what he's good at or what he's bad at. It's just that guy's enormous. He's got to be on the line.
Yeah, I could get in the way.
You could get in the way. Yeah. You made a hell of a tackling dummy.
I did. Yeah. Yeah.
Your football highlight video from senior year is something we don't talk about enough.
It's one play. One play.
Well, it's two, epic. I thought.
Well, it's a touchdown. My good pal Sean Laturner's only high school touchdown. He ran right behind me.
Yeah.
And I stood up and immediately celebrated before the play was over.
But you fell down blocking, though, right?
Yeah. It's 2 plays.
I've watched your highlight video more than mine from high school.
2 plays.
Yeah. And then game 2, it's like Minnetonka and Rogers.
Yeah.
No sauce. He's no longer on the line.
Yeah.
Well, did you have those TikTok edits with like a gangster rap song in the background with Sauce's football
And one mixtape? Yeah. Didn't you have an assistant coach or a coach basically say, like, Paul, who are we kidding here? You got to just quit.
No, he
like,
came
you got to
in,
wrap this up.
No, he came in at halftime and said, if I was head coach, you'd never play on my team.
Guess
what I did?
You quit.
I quit. I mailed it in. Don't have to tell me twice. Yeah. Took it a little too serious.
Yeah.
This is high school sports.
10 and B, we ready to play?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm off your game enough?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
I haven't taken a nap. I'm good. This will be fun. Can't wait.
Give the password. Give the password.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play Progrum Password. Here's your host, the very average and plain-looking Tenna B. It's a big one today. Program Password Invitational semifinal number 2. The winner will take on Marnie Gellner and Lil B for the championship. As always, you can watch Program Password at KFAN.com/watch. Here is your Program Password preview. The number 2 seed, Corey Cove and Justin Gard. They beat Tommy Olson and Zach Halverson 81-32 in the quarterfinals to advance. Corey, 19-6 all time. You have the 3rd best win percentage in Program Password history.
All 6 of those losses are with sauce.
Yep.
You
enter with a 3-game winning streak. You're 6-2 in the Program Password Invitational, and one of those losses was with who?
Sauce.
That's right.
Which is fine.
You're also a champion in 2023. Also, I know we don't have any flop, sweat, and tears to promote. Is anything going on with like board games out there at all?
I'm so glad you organically brought that up. Version 6 of Initials dropped last night.
Really?
So you can go to initialsgame.com today and get it. Version 6, initialsgame.com.
All right, move slightly to your right if you could as well, Corey, for the sake of KFAN.com/watch. Your teammate, also a former champion, I'm not talking about tennis.
Don't care.
Justin Gard, the 2022 Program Password Invitational champion. Just 16-15 all time, but 7-2 in this tournament.
Was your old partner not available?
Apparently he wasn't available. I guess he got a job.
Do you want me to dance during clues to feel like he's still here?
Oh, remember that? Yeah, I forgot about that.
Is that the only reason you lost?
It's controversial.
Yeah.
Donaldson dancing.
Yeah. Wasn't good.
Wasn't good.
But
He's busy?
I got it. He's apparently busy. Yeah.
Once you're a father, you can't play Program Password.
Yeah.
I'm a father. I'm here.
One kid and no job means not available. Not available.
You guys are you're going up against the number 6 seed today, Max Fuller and Meat Sauce.
Let them know.
The only team to pull off an upset in the opening round. You guys defeated Greg Swedberg and Larry Mondello guy 80-71 in a very controversial game.
Well, they were hot dogging it as well.
Yeah.
I did have a text message that said, can you ask Max what he was going to answer on the infamous hot dog clue?
Don't worry about it.
Not important.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. He told me off the air, we'll keep that between us.
Keep that between us.
It was not the correct
It was
answer.
not even close.
Sounds like, was it X-rated?
I did appreciate how you guys tried to clean it up for KOC today a couple of times. You tried. Didn't completely succeed, but you tried.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Max, 12-9 all time. You enter on a 3-game winning streak. You are 2-3 all time in the PPI.
Oh.
Meat Sauce, 15-17 all time. You've won 2 in a row, and you won your first ever Program Password Invitational matchup in the quarterfinals this year.
Hell yeah, that was sweet.
Sir.
That's because of Birdman over here.
Yes, sir. That's because I got Juvenile over here with me. Birdman.
Back that thing up.
Yeah.
Manny Fresh, we in here. We're the last true American heroes left in
We're
this
going to keep the Bentley on the... I screwed the lineup. Damn it, I even wrote it down. Never mind. Let's go!
Let's go! Let's go! It don't matter!
Yeah, it don't matter.
It's about the hype. It's about the energy.
What percentage of the listeners want us to win?
1.
Well, you always say it can't be 0.
Can't be 0.
So
I feel like it's 15% maybe? Am I being generous
I
to
think
ourselves?
you're being generous.
So maybe
yeah.
10%, maybe tops?
Maybe 10.
For the people's
That's all right.
champs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, nobody wanted Mondello guy and Greg to win, and they didn't win.
Yeah, that's true. So who took him down?
You guys did.
Yes, sir.
These guys. Can happen again.
Did your wife ever watch you play high school football?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay. That makes sense.
No, her sister did, though, because I'm in the same grade as her sister.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Are
She
you two
wasn't
still
at the game?
Are you two still doing your bushwhacker celebration after
We
points
will,
today?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
just want to make
absolutely.
sure.
That's only if we win, though, so you probably won't see it.
Probably not.
Yeah,
a lot of sad
not.
faces.
Yep.
All right, let's do a coin toss. See who has the option. We let the higher seed decide. So Corey Cove and Justin Guard. Heads or tails?
We'll go heads.
It is tails. So
Tails never
Max
fail.
and
Talk about it. It's
we'll
over.
have the option. So Max and Corey, need you two to take a look at the iPad first. The password is puppet. Are you guys able to see it over there?
Yep.
All right, Max, you've got the option. You're going first. What do you want to do here? You want to go first or second?
We'll go first.
All right, Max and meat sauce for 10.
Geppetto. Carpenter.
Corey Cove and Gerdsey for 9.
Muppet.
Puppet?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I thought you got the wrong one right away there. Yeah.
Oh. That's a rhyming word, isn't it?
But
It's
also,
okay to rhyme as long as they are tied
Is a Muppet
together.
a puppet?
Yeah, of course. It's like a.
Okay, well, just asking.
Yeah, the same thing.
But I got money bet.
I thought about Muppet, but I didn't know if that was a...
Look,
Swedberg lost my number.
I picked these guys, and I bet money.
No, that's a correct clue. Yeah.
No, it is.
I heard your gambling debt is getting pretty substantial.
I'm down 14.
Oh, my God.
10 to Rose and
Chase
4
that
to
loss.
Tennessee. I don't want to.
Yeah, keep
Scratch
gambling.
that itch.
Yeah. You're going to owe money after this debacle.
So the rules
How
are
did you not know Puppet? Geppetto.
I thought, I don't know.
Well, it's Pinocchio or Puppet.
Yeah, and I'm like, it can't be Pinocchio.
But I thought Pinocchio might make him say lie.
Yeah.
So I went with
That's on
Geppetto.
you.
Oh, yeah. It's on me. What are you in their team?
And he's never heard of the word marionette. So Puppet definitely would have been his guess if he put that together.
Marie Marionette. That's who you're talking about.
Of course. Yeah, the great. He was an emperor in Asia.
All right, 9-0. Corey Cove and JG with the early lead. Meat sauce and Gerdsey, take a look at the iPad. The password is block. Look at Zach Halverson with the 4 different camera angles on KFAN.com/watch. I like that. We're on you, Meat Sauce, because you're down 9 points early. You want to go first or second here?
We will go second.
All right, Gerdsey and Corey for 10.
E.
Meat Sauce and Max for 9.
Building. Solar?
I think I got it.
Gerdsey and Corey for 8.
Bellanote.
Block.
Yeah. Yeah.
E block.
Yeah.
Good block. Good clue.
That was a great first clue that only Corey would get.
Yeah, that was great.
It wouldn't give the layup to the other team.
That was great.
The problem was I was trying to find words after E.
I know.
Like,
Is E a word? It's a letter.
It's part of an official title, though. It was Block E.
I'm doing everything I can to get
Yeah, you
I
are.
appreciate
I
you,
didn't
dog.
realize I was
We
in the gray
appreciate
area
you,
so
dog.
much.
I almost said meter, as in like Scientology e-meters.
Yeah, it's not going to be that.
No, don't think so.
I waited a long time in lines at Bellanote while you were already in there with Lake.
Like I was already in there. I was on that stupid red carpet waiting to see Sam Cassell hitting on everybody in the bar. It
Facts.
sucked.
Yeah.
God, I hated that.
Your
place.
coworker, Amy Hocker, was already in there.
Was she really?
Yeah, talk about it. Yeah, she knows. Yeah.
Talk about it.
TV star. She could go hang in Bellanote.
Oh,
the
dang.
radio
I
guys.
didn't know Amy was getting down like that.
I could barely get into KFA in the restaurant.
All right, 17-0. Corey and JG with the lead.
All right.
Cove and Max. Take a look at the iPad. The password is French. All right, Max, you're down 17 points. The option is on you. you want to go first or second?
We'll go first. All right.
All right, to get on the board, Max and meat sauce for 10.
Baguette.
Roll.
Corey and Gerdsey for 9.
Fries.
French.
Oh.
How did I say fries?
Sorry, Matt.
No, that's okay.
No,
I'm overthinking it. I overthought it too.
I doubt you're overthinking it.
French.
20.
Can we play a 40?
Seriously.
It's over.
It's over.
No. Don't give up yet.
I didn't realize Halverson was playing today.
Yeah, this one's
26-0. Corey and Gerdsey with the lead. Meat sauce and JG. Take a look at the iPad. The password is wire. All right, meat sauce. Pump it up a little bit. Let's get some momentum on your side. The option is on you. You want to go first or second?
We will go second.
All right, JG and Corey for 10.
Electrical
engineer.
Meat sauce and Max for 9.
Cord.
socket.
JG and Corey for 8.
Chicken.
Outlet. I have no idea.
Gerdsey and meat sauce, or excuse me, meat sauce and Max for 7.
Electrical
plug.
Gerdsey and Corey for 6.
Telephone.
Wire?
Yes.
Yep.
I didn't know
It's
where to go.
easier when you're not playing. I swear to God, as soon as the first. When you're sitting over here, it's simple.
Barbed. Yeah, that's what that's
okay.
Chicken. Barbed
Chicken
was,
wire.
yeah,
You knew chicken was going to throw Corey off.
Chicken threw me off.
Yeah, I know.
He's going
Like,
wings,
what?
tender, strips.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't have
Chicken
them.
jockey.
Know what I'm doing after.
It's over.
Much like our comedy career.
That went better.
This is the part of the show on the comedy show where you're already looking at your watch going,
Oh, yeah.
I can be home and put Louis.
Yeah, and is there an exit so I don't have to walk past Common as I leave?
This is the part of the highlight video where there's a new left tackle.
Yes, correct. Can we call Monday Night Football?
Yeah. What's the score?
It is 32-0. Corey and JG with the lead. Cove
Barbed.
and Max.
Barbed. So stupid.
Take a look at the iPad, please.
That's why you're Corey Cove.
The password is chain. Max. Oh my God. I need to hear some hooty hoos. Let's go.
Need to hear.
You're down
He needs
32.
a better partner.
That's not true. I've been terrible. I should have said fries. That's so dumb.
Max, you've got the option here. You might want to think about your current clue. You got the option. What do you want to do, first or second?
We'll go first.
All right, Max and meat sauce to get on the board for 10.
Gold. Member. That would have been great.
Good movie.
Corey and JG for 9.
Demand.
Supply.
Oh my God.
Max and meat sauce for 8.
Necklace. Chain.
So
Let's go.
you know what just happened? I completely meat sauced it.
Let's go.
In my head, supply chain was my clue. And then when it was my turn, I hadn't looked at the iPad for like 10 seconds. I was trying to get you to say supply, and you did. That's the wrong word.
That's how good we are.
I got you to say my clue, not the password. What the bleep?
You're like Crest.
I meat sauced it.
All right. Yeah. Mental error.
Yeah,
mental
errors.
I can't believe I just did that.
And they're making mental errors.
Let's go. Oh my God.
Max and meat sauce are on the board. It is now
How did I just do that?
Maybe that's all they needed.
Maybe. Could be.
little momentum.
God.
Can we put this back on rookie?
Meat
Can me
sauce.
and Meat Sauce make a trade for an all-star?
Yeah.
Meat sauce and JG. Take a look at the iPad. The password is stuff. All right, Sauce, you're down 24. You can go on a little bit of a run here. You got the option. What do you want to do here, first or second?
We will go second.
All right, Gerdsey and Corey for 10.
Things.
Stuff.
Yes.
Whoa. Great guess. Great guess.
Wow.
That was good. Great job. That was good.
I thought it was item. How did you get stuff on it?
How did that was the first thing that came to mind.
Wow. What a performance. Other than one mental lapse. That's all it's been. Well, yeah, over there is an entire mental lapse.
How embarrassed does Swedberg and Larry Mondello go right now that they lost to these two?
We're playing. You made 2 all-star teams. We happen to play one of them.
Yeah.
The teams aren't fair. We're getting killed, and I suck.
That's not true. I still believe in Sauce.
Yeah.
Come back for more.
I don't care. Don't come back. There's no point.
Is there something worse than suck? Because I think that's where you're at.
Can't say it.
Yeah. We'll take a short break. Come back with more Program Password right here on the Fan.
You know what's great about your investment account with the big guys? It's actually a time machine. Log in and zoom. Welcome back to 1999. It's time for an upgrade. At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind at Public.com. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.
Come on. Why is this taking so long? This thing is ancient.
Still using yesterday's tech? Upgrade to the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Ultra-light, ultra-powerful, and built for serious productivity with Intel Core Ultra processors, blazing speed, and AI-powered performance that keeps up with your business, not the other way around.
Whoa, this thing moves.
Stop hitting snooze on new tech. Win the tech search at Lenovo.com. Lenovo. Unlock AI experiences with the ThinkPad X1 Carbon, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, so you can work, create, and boost productivity all on one device.
You know, some people say that Odoo business management software is like fertilizer, the way it promotes growth and all. But other people say Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable. And there's some people who would even say Odoo's individual software programs come together to build the perfect suite like building blocks. Well, Odoo is all of these things. Fertilizer, magic beanstalk, building blocks for business. So sign up now at odoo.com, ODOO.com.